Well, hello everyone. Today, Resident Evil 8 Village, 8 came out today, and I think it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. I suck at Resident Evil, that's a known fact. I've not really played much Resident Evil. The only ones I've actually played is like 5 minutes of Resident Evil 7, the first episode of RE Revelations, and most of Resident Evil 3 Remake. So that's about my experience with Resident Evil. I'm not terribly good at these games as well. And, you know, honestly, I expected to die a lot more. This is my first impressions, the first 50 minutes of the game. Most of it's been changing my keybinds and stuff, so technically not 50 minutes. But it's really good. The graphics are fantastic, though I think my textures are on high, but for some reason, some textures seem a bit sloppy and like they're on less than low pretty much, and some seem like they haven't really loaded in properly, and there's also a few things that just it's nitpicking, but it bugs me. But everything else so far from what I've played is really good. The game looks stunning other than a few of those issues that I mentioned before. The gameplay is fun. There's not normal aiming down sights, which I think is pretty fun. I don't really play games. The closest I've seen to this kind of aiming down sights is Red Dead Redemption if you play it in first person, not recommended. And now, one annoyance is that the movement does make you really slow when you're injured more, and I get it's meant to make it more realistic, and sure, from that kind of point of view, it's very, very good, but from a gameplay perspective, that's not as fun, and it kind of sucks being limited with your movement. It feels like you've been kind of showered with bullets in the first part of the game, at least the part that I've played so far. There's a lot of ammo everywhere, which, I mean, if you're a shooter fan like me, then it's fine, but if you're a hardcore Resident Evil fan, maybe it might be a bit too much ammo. The other games that I've played, I haven't really found this much ammo, and you do get a shotgun really, really early on.
Okay.
But the shotgun, I actually really do like this thing. It feels good to shoot. All the weapons so far, the shotgun and the pistol, they feel impactful to use. It's really fun, I like it. There's werewolves, vampires, and zombies, I think, that are going to be enemies in this game. I've only encountered werewolves so far, and this dude's face didn't really load in very much, which kind of annoyed me at that time. But in retrospective, it's not that big of a deal. Now, I've listed a lot of complaints so far, but don't get me wrong, I do actually really, really like this game. It's just a few graphical issues that I don't understand why it's happening. I usually play most of my games on low settings, but games like this that I don't really think frame rate is main priority for me, then I'll have it on the settings that are fine for my computer. And even then, some of the textures just look a bit off, and I don't really know why. I don't know why it looks kind of off. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure that would be fine later on, or it's gonna get patched or something like that. It's either that or it's just my hardware, which I actually pretty much doubt, because most games' textures look fine. This is the only one that I've had this issue with. Granted, the game did come out pretty much today, and it's very, very, very nice looking. So, like I said, apart from texture stuff, all looks really nice. The graphics, I love it so much. And now, I'm not much of a story guy for video games. I usually skip cutscenes. I'm not a big fan of really, really long cutscenes, or tutorials that take forever, but I do like the way this game has handled the tutorials. I'll get onto cutscenes in a minute. The tutorials, pretty much, it teaches you what to do as you play. Kind of like what Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 did. No really long tutorial area that you have to go through and stuff like that. It just gives you what you need to do, and it just says what you need to do as you play, which is something I really do like. Cutscenes is another one. I didn't really think that I'd very much enjoy constant cutscenes, because I knew this game from the start was going to have a lot of cutscenes, but personally, not that big of a deal. The gameplay is good, so I don't mind a few cutscenes here and there. So far, they're not too frequent. There was a bit in the woods, which was kind of more of an interactive cutscene. Once again, I don't really care, because that bit in the woods did have some good scares in it. And I do also want to mention that since I've played pretty much nothing of Resident Evil 7, I have pretty much no idea what is going on.
Chris? What the hell?
Sorry, Ethan.
No!
At least in the first part where you're with what I'm assuming is Ethan's wife. And then she,
No!
yeah, that happens. Then Ethan doesn't have a very good beginning for this game. So his wife gets murdered. His kid gets stolen. The car that they were being took in crashed in this village full of werewolves. And for the second time, Ethan has pretty much lost his hand. He had his hand cut off in Resident Evil 7. And it was reattached by the family that lived in that house. And then in this game, pretty much, they turned his hand into the cover for a Left 4 Dead game. Like, dude, that sucks. Like, damn, you gotta really feel bad for Ethan so far. You also get a knife that you're almost never gonna use, because if you're actually good at managing your ammo. Unlike me, I run out of ammo in these games a lot, because I'm a massive shooter fan. I prefer to shoot things. Whereas in this game, there's a lot of crafting, exploring, stuff like that. And I'm not very good at managing ammo or health at all. But anyway, if you did enjoy, then give the video a like. And if you really, really enjoyed, then consider subscribing. It helps motivate me to make videos a whole lot more, and I really appreciate your support. I also have a Discord, it's open to anyone. I'd recommend joining. We're mostly Doom fans over there, but we do also like other stuff. So if you do like video games in general, please go join. Other than that, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.